Clove & Co songs are written by Chloe, and the song that we produced is called Like That. The first thing I asked the band was what sound they were looking for.
What do we want it to be like?
Very pop-esque, yeah.
Poppy chill, a little bit of a stab. Okay. So I feel like our songs have got metaphors, they've all got a stab in it.
Yeah.
The main things I focused on in terms of trying to make this really full instrumental track sound like a pop song was the vocals and drums.
Do you know any kind of producers or styles that you like?
Pop based.
Okay. Is there any artists that you can think of?
Oh. Neo,
Okay.
I like her. She's got a really good voice.
Cool.
I tried to make the vocals poppy by including double tracking, layers of affected backing vocals, and automating a secondary vocal track to come in and out with accents when needed.
Is it going to be calm the whole time? Or is it okay?
Mainly drum kit, we're just practicing.
I actually ended up using the cajon as an intro to the track and then bringing the drums in a little bit into the song.
With kit, do you have a specific way that you want this meant to be? Is it going to be... Because I was thinking for this, I'd obviously do loads of overheads and stuff, and it's going to be sort of chill and like...
I used two overheads,
Yeah,
the
a lot of
SE4s,
overheads.
and then put the Bowdynamic ribbon mic behind the drum set, a little closer than usual, just to see what would happen if my overheads were used as ambience instead. The result was a very dainty sounding high end from Gina and Betty Sue, and a brilliant sounding cymbal section from the Bowdynamic.
Wouldn't mind a couple on the snare. Like
I used 3 different mics
top
on the
and bottom.
snare, the AKG D112 on the skin for the hit, SDC 80 just above for the texture, and the Beta 56 underneath for the rattle. By manipulating which ones I used at a time, I managed to gradually open out the chorus without having to do much processing. This part sounds more narrow, while this widens near the end.
And the rest of them really is just normal setup, to be honest, because I mainly use like the snare, the hi-hat and the bass for this specific genre.
That'll be really easy, thank you.
No problem.
I'm just trying to move it a bit, but it's like...
It's heavy.
Real heavy, yeah.
I went to the gym once. Yeah?
Wobbly.
I'm a professional.
I had the drummer, the pianist, and the bassist, Tom, helping me set things up at the start.
Okay, so, next thing, just a run through. I'm going to do the cajon and record it. And then...
How he plays cajon.
I'm going to record it. And then I'm just going to use that recording as a basis for the rest of the tracks. I'm going to record the whole thing with all the instruments.
Oh, so it's like a guide track sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Should I put the cajon like...
Put it in the hallway.
We are 15 minutes ahead of schedule, so it's quite good because I thought it would take ages to set everything up, but everyone helped out and they were really cool. Well, James is always late. I accounted for James being late because I just knew he was late.
How did it take you so long to get here?
We're going to change it because it's had nails, so we're going to...
Don't worry, X-Y it. I'll do it. It'll take me like 2 minutes and we're ahead of schedule. So
I initially thought we were doing a different song, so I set up a cab for James's guitar, but we changed the song last minute, so he was using an acoustic in the end. It was fine though because I had backup mics for an emergency XY just in case. I drew up little pictures of everyone and then wrote around them everything that they needed. I had everyone use this as a point of reference so people could independently set things up if they wanted
I
to.
was going to use them as insurance as well. I have too much insurance ones.
Yeah, last time I was recording, I was put in the isolation booth. If that means anything. But
I actually realised after recording that we recorded everything individually, so we didn't even need the baffles.
Okay, that'll reach now. 2 XLRs though.
Adam was a massive help the whole way through, and I basically relayed everything I was doing through him if I was unsure.
But he has a DI on his amp.
We also had a notebook to reference everything being done to the patch bay. This was about the time that we started going behind schedule.
Right.
This is basically a reaction channel right now.
Okay. I'm playing with this side as well, so that when you look at us, it'll just be like. Cool.
Awesome. Online, like a BBC radio.
Okay, come sit back down.
Oh, okay.
No.
Instead of being like
Okay, keep playing and keep talking as well to sing our tune.
Okay. Hello? You picking up anything? Hello, 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 hello.
In retrospect, we probably shouldn't have had so many people in the control room. And we probably should have put another person in comp and live with Tom.
Oh, metronome.
really loud still. It's still pretty loud.
It's catchy.
I'll listen to this.
Talkback was a huge issue, and we definitely spent the most amount of time trying to connect everyone to a fallback.
I'm doing a person, human being mic for him so we can hear what you
Also, we spent ages trying to make do with no talkback, and when we finally put them all in, everything went a lot faster.
Also, have you panned this because it's only coming out in one thing?
That's all good. I might just not put them right.
It could be the adapter.
I'll go check.
We ended up getting really behind schedule, so I had to get one of the Toms to be my assistant.
Wait, how's that one?
Yeah. Can you get 3 more sets?
So 3 more
Ask if they've
sets.
got 3 more sets, if not get 2.
Okay.
But 3 would be ideal. Thank you.
Exactly, yeah.
Perfect.
And then that bit, the other mic, then the mic stand screws into that bit,
Yeah.
holds it like that. Like that one, basically.
Acoustic.
Brilliant.
Use this one for a reference if you want to go back and be like, shit, does it look right? It's just,
Okay.
I'm not sure whether I've done it correctly in terms of X, Y, but
It's perfect.
they're pointing at the piano.
It looks like a trident.
That's what's important.
Hello.
How do I How fancy is it?
I know, so fancy. What's this about?
We used the SE4s as overheads for the piano, and the AKG 414s inside.
Right, okay.
It's a bit weird, yeah, I can hear it a bit both, a bit well.
It's beautiful.
The piano sounded amazing in the end, probably the best recording in the whole track. We barely had to use any effects, only a slight delay.
Check everyone could hear it.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Okay guys, can I just check to see if you guys can hear the bass level okay? So,
I'd rather not.
you go ahead. And it's this one?
Give us a sec, guys.
It's alright, Soz.
It's lovely.
Oh, thanks.
James.
Yep.
Hello.
There came a point when we were about half an hour behind schedule that everything just started working perfectly.
It's a DI. Oh my god, I can't believe this has worked. This is so good. Did it work?
You can hear me. Hello.
Hello. Oh, sick. Right, okay. I guess what we'll do is we'll put her with a mic. She won't be recorded.
When we got back on schedule, Chloe showed up. We put her in the hallway because we only needed a guidance track. We were going to record her vocals separately on another day. Everyone managed to get the recordings done in like 1 or 2 takes, so we spent the rest of the time just listening over and making suggestions.
We ended up here somehow. Let's see how this plans out. My vision is blurry as the lights touch my skin. Let's leave this glove in a hurry. Let's see what we can begin. But
It wasn't until a few days later that we properly implemented all the suggestions. Me, Chloe and Tom got the vocals and backing vocals done in around an hour and ended up making multiple changes to the track in order to make it less linear. I suggested we added a middle 8, removing multiple tracks and then bringing them back in. To add more variety, I had Chloe sing some simple melancholy harmonies for that bitter tone she mentioned in the interview. Then I simply took part of the main vocals and processed it to sound ominous and lonely to go over a more stripped back section. I felt that this also added a more artificial feel which contributed to the poppy tone that we were trying to reach.